Hello again. This is one of my, I guess, one of the goggles tutorials. I'm going to show you what settings I use for capturing the videos and editing and putting them up on YouTube. And so I managed to get my videos up so you can see them in 1440p. And I'm going to show you how I do that. Of course, my monitor is 2560 by 1440, so it's a natural for me, but you can capture in whatever scale you want. So if you have a 1920 by 1080 or whatever, you can upscale it to 2560 if you want, 2560 by 1440, and I'll show you where to do that. So now when I capture my display, it's going to look goofy here because it does this multi-windowed thing, and it's going to look really weird at first, but it'll be all right. Yeah, so this is what I mean. It's just all goofy. So what's pertinent is these bottom windows here and this one right here. And what I've got here for my purposes in the game, to capture my game, I've got my preferred ATS profile up here. You can see where the mouse is. Profile is preferred ATS. And in it, I don't have the display capture enabled, but if I disable this, you're not going to see anything. So I have to have this on, and this is what makes all this window stuff happen. I haven't found a way around that, so you have to bear with it. So what I use is microphone, and so settings. Use AirStory devices default in this case, but works fine. You can see it blathering away here, and so that's fine for the mic. Game capture is set, so settings for game capture is capture cursor, use all, cheat compatibility hook, whatever, anti-cheat compatibility hook. Not sure what that means, but it just says capture any full screen application, which doesn't really work that way. It only captures game applications. So just beware. If I don't have this display capture set up, you wouldn't be seeing this screen. So bear in mind that game capture is any full screen game. Droid cam, so I have that here, and what that is puts my little camera down here in the bottom corner, you know, the view from over my right shoulder, and that's pretty easy to set up. It's kind of a no-brainer. It'll just walk you through it. You install the Droid Cam software on your phone and check the IP address. Once it's installed, the application, when it starts up right on the home screen, it'll tell you what IP it's running. So you would deactivate here. I'd have to deactivate it. Then I'd put in the IP, and if my IP changed, because it's DHCP, so it's dynamic. So if I'm away for a few days, whatever, like recently, I'll come back, start it up, and it'll be .68 or something. So I deactivate it. I change that to 68, activate, and on here the image pops up, and you set it up to be in whatever corner you want with the settings. So pretty simple. There's information on how to do it, and it's like falling off a bike. Once you get it, it's really easy. So that's not hard to do. So I won't belabor it because you may not be using that. So we'll just say OK to that. Just leave that the way it was. You can see my mic obviously is working here. And so that's it for this screen. What we're going to do is we're going to go into the settings. So we got to go up to the top left here. And once again, we're going into the settings that I use. And I'll have to, I tried to do it where I would set up a new profile, but it doesn't want me to run two instances of this episode, or this software. So that's kind of a glitch, or sorry, of a hiccup for me. But anyway, let's go File, we'll go Settings, hop in here, and here's the general settings. I don't know that I've really changed anything in here. I can't think of anything I did. I think I'm pretty much using defaults. Let's run through them. I'll automatically check for updates. Show confirmation dialog when stopping recording. Source alignment snapping is enabled. Sensitivity is 10, okay. Snap source to edge of screen, yep. Snap sources to other sources, yep, whatever that does. System tray enable, so that puts stuff down in here, right there. What else? Studio mode. Show preview, program labels. Multi-view, click to switch between scenes, show scene names, draw safe area. Whatever, it's all good. You don't think you have to do anything in system. I don't know if I can't remember if I changed anything in here or not, but what I have is YouTube RTMPS. Let's see what else is in there. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, so I'm recording for YouTube, so I would have set that. Primary YouTube ingest server, yep, that's because I'm putting them on YouTube, so if you're wanting to do YouTube, you do that. If you're doing, some other, so here we got primary YouTube, you have a server legacy RTMP, backup, and a backup ingest server. So I'm just using, this is probably the default primary YouTube ingest server. Seems to work fine. Create account recommended. Well, I already have an account, so I don't have to do that. Use stream key. It's advanced. I don't think I bother. And I don't have that selected, whatever it is. So yeah, we're good to go. First, and that's if you're streaming actually, and I don't stream, so it's probably all irrelevant anyway. Maybe someday I will, who knows. Output, this is where it's critical. So once again, streaming, don't do it. So I don't have anything really set here. Recording this is what's important. What I do, and I can't go changing and applying things here, but I can show you what I've got. And indistinguishable recording is a preset. This is super important. This is where I get the quality. So this amps it up and makes it really good. So by default, it's going to want to, depending on your system too, like you got to have a pretty good PC to run this at indistinguishable. So you may not be able to. It may want to, and in fact, when I use the setup wizard, as opposed to doing my own custom setup, it'll try and set me into high quality recording. High quality isn't as good as indistinguishable. Indistinguishable means it's essentially what I see, you see. In other words, it doesn't degrade my what my game is putting out on my monitor in any way. You could go near lossless and Twitch streaming, YouTube streaming. I'm not doing any of that stuff, so indistinguishable. And what that does, that automatically sets this QP, which I can't remember what it means, but it's a quality thing, to 15. And that's, the lower this number, the higher the quality of the recording. I'll show you. If I switch this to high quality, this goes to 18. If I set this to recording, I mean, that option's just gone. It's going to be a really poor recording. So indistinguishable puts that at 15. The quality preset, there's options in here. Speed, balance, quality. I select quality. So these are two things right here. If your PC will run it, that's what you want. And bear in mind, when I capture a video, it's going to be pretty big. I do these half-hour, 45-minute videos, and they're 35 gigabits, are pretty big. So I don't think I touch anything else in here. So output, recording, indistinguishable, and quality. Oh yeah, the path. I go, sorry. You're going to want a path to where your video is going to be stored once it's created. I'm using my K drive. So K videos, OBS is where it's going to go. Under audio, you can see here that you can name these. So by default, these are all going to be blank. So track 1, I just call it left. Track 2 is right, so this is for stereo. Track 3 is my mic I'm speaking through right now, and track 4 is my music. So that's my little intro music ditty that I play when we're doing it. I don't think I do anything with it says enable replay buffer. I don't do it, so it's not something I'm using. So that's what we got going on in output, and that's critical. And it's simple, just these things here, and you're going to be good. Okay, audio. And audio, it's going to want to know what your, I don't do anything in general. Global audio devices, desktop audio. So what do you have for desktop audio? That would be my speakers here and my big boomer over there. So it's THX spatial audio. I don't use it. I'm using my desktop audio 2 as my headset. And that's primarily what I use to play the game. So, and it's got my mic on it. So that's my Razer Black Shark V2 Pro. So that's my headset. And the rest of it's not on. I don't think I did anything here, selected anything. I have disable Windows audio ducking, whatever. That was probably on there by default. I'm not using any hotkeys or anything to do with audio, so it's all very simple. So once again, just right here, select your device is pretty much all you got to do. Video, I don't think I did anything in here. I think it's picking this up. Yeah, it's picking this up from, so yeah, currently active. I can't change it because I'm recording. But here I have 2560 by 1440. And the output is the same, 2560 by 1440. So the base camera canvas resolution is my screen size, and the output I'm using that same 2560 by 1440. So if your screen was 1920 by 1080, whatever it is, I forget what that would be, something like that. You'd have your screen size here, so your canvas, and then here you could upscale it. So it would scale to 2560 by 1440. And once again, your PC is going to have the grunt to run that when it's rendering the video. So you can experiment with that. If you have to go 1920 on both of these to match your screen, if your PC won't do it the other way, well, that's the breaks. Hotkeys. So I have some hotkeys set here, but I use my Stream Deck down here. You've seen me reach down to it below ahead of my gear shift there, and that's where I have these keys mapped to. So I just have start and stop, and I have pause and unpause set up there. Under advanced, let's see if I've done anything in here. Process priority is high. So that seems to be the highest one you can get. Video render is DX11, and because I could do 12 on this PC, but the game is in 11, so I just leave it at 11. Recording. So that's the file name format. And I have here selected automatically remux to MP4. So instead of having to select, because it's going to do the video in an MKV format, and with this selected, I don't have to go in up here and go, here, let's go out of here. File, remux recording. So I don't have to go in here and select that. I just go show recordings, and there's my recordings. And that's saves all the goofing around. So let's see what else is in here. I don't think I changed anything in here. Yeah, I didn't change anything else in there. So I think just the process priority to high. File name format, that's default, I'm sure. And yeah, automatically remux. Yeah, that's it. So you want that automatically remux, or you're going to have to go and do it up there where it's pointed out. And process priority high. That's it. So that's all that goes on in there. So it's really simple, the settings for this. Dead easy. And so just to recap, general, didn't do too much in here I can remember. Yeah, theme, dark, default, language English, automatically check for updates. It's all really generic stuff. Nothing going on there really. Don't use stream output. Go to recording. This is where the magic is happening here. You give it your source, but you go to, if you can run it, indistinguishable, select quality there as opposed to normal or whatever. And essentially it. Once again, audio, select your devices, your desktop audio. Audio 2 is my headset, which is what I primarily use. And yeah, video. You can set your screen or canvas resolution. That's your screen that you're recording. So if you're 1920 by whatever, select it here and then you output so you can scale it. You can upscale it if you want. You can try that, see if your PC will run it. Hotkeys are obvious. Set your hotkeys to start and stop the app. Advanced, we just changed the priority to high. File name stayed the same. And we automatically remixed to MP4, which is what you need for YouTube. So that's it. Now, so once you've made your recording, you would go, I don't think I have any recordings to show right now, so I have nothing in. Oh, I got one. That's an MKV, but that's actually probably the recording we're making right now, and it hasn't put it in yet because we're not done. And that'll, the MP4 will show in here as .mp4. That'll have the same name. We'll pile in here once we're done recording, so I can't show you a recording right now. But what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and use, oh, so this is, sorry, OBS, free software. I'll put a link in the description of the video. So we're using OBS. That's how we set that up to record the video. And now what I used to, now this is this video, I deleted it because I already uploaded it. This video is currently being uploaded to YouTube, and that's the one you're going to see on Sunday. So what we need to do is go, let's go back to here, and let's just remove these out of here. Remove selected clips. Yeah, delete those. Okay, so now we'll close this just for giggles. Don't save it. And we'll start from scratch. So we'll start DaVinci Resolve. I'll put a link to that. This is also free, and it's super powerful. I mean, it's got so many things. I know about 0.5% of it, but the 0.5% I know produces a pretty good video. So let's just go with that little bit that I know. This is just the quickie tool. Now, it always defaults and starts here. No clips and media pool. And this is where you do your editing, like your cutting and whatever. But I do it all in here. I use this one if I want to cut. I'll put some videos in here. What I'll do is oh darn, yeah, do I have that? Hopefully I didn't delete that. Oh, that would be a mistake. Did I clear that out? Oh, I did. Darn. Oh, that's a heck of a thing. Okay, I'll just use one of my Cadillac videos, I guess. So that should be, is that in here? Captures field time. Oh, there's an actual, oh, there's a video in there. That's interesting. I could use that one. Okay, let's drag that in there. Oh yeah, so see this? I just made a mistake. it's asked me, do I want to change the project frame rate? And because this will be recorded in the settings that we just went through in OBS for capturing at 2560 by 1440. And this is going to want to run at 1920 by 1024 by default. And we don't want to change the frame rate to that. We could change the project frame rate, or we say don't change. If we say don't change, it will switch to 2560 by 1440. But what's better is just go don't change. Let's remove this clip. And this is what you do. This is important, okay? We're going to go to, where are we here? We're in here. But, file, right here, file. We're going to go to project settings. And in here, you got to look for this because it's not up here. Presets. And in here, I have my preferred ATS. And it's set at 2560 by 1440 instead of these other ones are 1920 by 1080. So what I'll do, I'm going to, let's load it. What's it saying here? Okay. And then you have to hit cancel to get out of there, which is kind of weird. But what I want to do is I want to show you, if you don't have the preset, it's master settings here. So that's with our custom preset. So let's change to guest default config, load it, and we'll go to master settings. So this is what you're going to see by default. If you don't have any presets, you're going to come in here. It's going to be master settings, timeline format. This is where it's all the magic is right here. So it's going to be 1920 by 1080 HD. It's going to say 1920 by 1080. It's going to be 24 frames per second. And what I do, I go in here and I'm going to select if it's in here. Yeah, they don't have mine in here. So what I'm going to do is go 2560. Oops, got to back that out of there. 2560 by 1440. I'll select that. Now I don't know if that ever goes up here. I don't think it does. I don't know if it really matters. We'll go back in the other setting and check it. But anyway, here, timeline frame rate, I go to 60. And like TV shows are only 30. So some people think 60 is pretty high, too high. I don't know. I think it looks okay. It just is a lot more work for your machine to process it. And it takes a long time to upload it to YouTube. But once it's there, it's pretty good. So let's just go back to my preset. Can't undo this. Yeah, apply, load, and preferred ATS. Yeah, come on, load it. There we go. And let's go to master settings. Yeah, it says custom up here instead of one of those other non-available options. So if you don't, you don't change anything in there, you go. Well, actually, there's nothing that says custom. I don't think you have to. You just change this to 1920. Or sorry, oh, that didn't work. Hang on, what's going on? Preferred ATS, apply, load. Load. Check that again. Custom 29. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, kind of messy when you're bouncing around like that. But anyway, this is what you got to get. And once again, we're going to hit cancel to get out of here. If you don't select that, sorry, let's say this a little better. Every time you start DaVinci Resolve, you come in here despite the fact that I have that setting in there that I'm going to use at my custom setting, every time you start it, before you put any clips in the media pool, before you do anything, you go File, Project Settings, and make sure you've loaded your preset. And if you don't have a preset in Master Settings, you have to put in 2560, 1440 if that's what you want your output, and your frames per second. And you can experiment with these. Like if 60 is too high for you, try 30. It should be good. But this one here is kind of key to get that, because what's going to happen, no matter what you recorded it in, it's going to get processed by YouTube at 2560 by 1440. So you should get a good recording, a good result at YouTube. In other words, it'll upscale it to that. You don't need to worry about the video monitoring or optimize media and render cache, all that stuff. I don't touch it. It's just pointless. So we have our custom setting. We've got all of that, so we can go cancel here. We're good. Now we can start bringing our media clips in to build our video. And so we go to File. We grab this one here. Fortunately, I had that there, as I wouldn't normally. We're going to go to Music. We're going to grab our little intro music clip. Going to go to Documents, Video Files, and these are the last screen and my little entrance screen or stuff that I made with, I can't remember the name of the app. It's one of these things you pay $50 for a year, and you can go in and use their templates and stuff and make these little screens. So you drag this stuff into the media pool, close that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to drag our Ride Along with Goggles thing in here. Going to cut the default music out of it. So now we've got our little 10-second intro screen here. And we're going to drag our video in here. And what I do, because I'm at 60 frames per second, you see how the little cursor is changing? It's grabbing from both the video clip and it's grabbing from the intro clip. If I just am over here, it's just the intro clip. If I'm over here, it's just the video. Then I'm in the middle and it points both ways. Right click. I'm going to go add a 60 frame cross dissolve. So what that does, and you got to trim the clips. And so what that'll do is, I'll show you here. We'll bring this timeline thing up here. We'll play it, and watch up here. You'll just see it fade out and fade into the other video. So that's the cross dissolve. So you kind of want that. And what we're going to do is, how can we have all of that there? What's going on? Wait a minute. Let's play this again and just see what happened there. This video might be compromised already. Oh, I see what I did here. Okay, well, we got that twice, so... Okay, right there, I'm going to cut it. So this is where I do the editing if I'm going to edit it. I'm going to hit the razor blade. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to line it. See how the red line moves along? That red line now is lined up with this. I click cut. And then I'm going to go down here. I'm going to hit control. See, when I hit control, I get the line back. Cut that. And then I'm going to go select. I'm going to select that and control and select that. And I'm going to delete them or cut. Now they're gone. So that was something I'd put in the video before. So we'll just select that. We'll go control, select this. And we'll drag it over there till it goes boom. And we're going to do our 60-second cross frame. Now let's play it, see what happens. Hello? We got the tail end of that music there because I didn't come into it far enough. But anyway, you get the idea. So now we're going to put our intro music in. So that's here. And the volume's cranked on it. So you drag your cursor over it till you see a little arrow up, down. And you can drag it up or down by moving your left clicking it, moving your mouse up or down. So we just bring that volume down a little bit, and we click it, and we hit Control, and we scroll our mouse wheel down. We can go here and grab this thing and drag it back here. And I'll go to there. And we're going to open it. Oops. Oh, why is it not letting me drag that over? Uh-oh. Maybe I don't have the control. I wonder if I messed up my audio settings. Ooh. Oh, you know what? I don't think I did. I think it's this. Oh, I didn't record this left and right audio tracks and everything. So that's a problem with the settings that I used to record this video. So it's not going to really totally indicative of what I'm currently doing, where I have left and right and I have multiple audio tracks here. That's why it looks different to me. So now what I'm going to do, if you see my mouse moving around down here, if I get it right here on the end of this, that little white tab appears when I get it in the right place. I can drag this like that, and that's going to blend that music out. And here, if I'm going to pull that over, it's going to blend it in. So let's see what that sounds like. Hello, and here we are, another. Okay, so that's how we do that. And then we would click on that. We would right click it. We go copy. And we're going to fast forward ourselves to the end of the video. Here we are at the end. Now we've already got the end screen in here, unfortunately. Let's see if it's got a... I already got the music in it, darn. Well, let's go and cut it again, so we can do this. We'll go in here, we're going to put the cut right about there. We're going to go into here, we're going to cut that. We're going to go Control, we have to switch to Select, Control that, Control, left click, cut. And then we're going to grab our end screen, we're going to bang it onto there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move this to about here. And this is where our music is going to come up to when we paste it in there. But let's add our 60 frame cross. Right click, paste. Oh, that didn't work, did it? Why didn't that work? Oh, it did. It just jumped. Oh, I know why. I didn't have let's go. Yeah, it's because I got something else in the video. I must have done this all when I was learning. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we grab this and we can drag it, and it's going to snap to the end of this, and that'll be the end of our video. So now we can hit play. Care, guys. Bye for now. We see how that sort of wrapped up the music. And it should play our 10 seconds. And it doesn't end there because I got some guff down here further. So this needs to be deleted. I'll cut that and we go back to where we were. And now when we play this, it should just stop. Okay, so we've hacked and cut and messed around with that video. Not quite the process I'd use. Is like I say, that's old and I've learned a few things since. And I have more audio tracks in here. So that would be the difference. And when I pull this over, I can pull this over to about here. And I have the main audio. I got audio 2, 3, and 4. I got the bus, which is all of it. So I can do it. It's like a master volume. And then I set these audio levels. And then when it's all ready, I'm happy with what I got. You can put it back to the beginning of the video. And this was in edit mode here. Now we're going to go to deliver. We're going to deliver, and we're going to give it a title. I'm just going to call it test video. And it's by default in QuickTime. And we're going to select MP4. I forgot to show you this codec is H.264, and we set that in our OBS. So I'll have to go back and see if I can show you that. Let's see if we can find that in here. Make sure we're getting, is it in here? My generate, I don't see it in there. Let's see, video. It's not there. Advanced. Yeah, I don't see where we got that. It's not in general. Oh, but oh, here it is here, right there. Yeah, encoder. Yeah, I forgot to mention that earlier. So right here we've got that H.264. That's the one you want. So on top of the other things in there, your path, your encoder, indistinguishable. So my bad for not mentioning that earlier. It's just as grayed out because I'm recording, so I can't change it. This would be changeable if I wasn't using the app to record. So sorry about that. So let's go back here. So now we're in deliver mode, which is where you render it. Your H.264, so that will show up automatically. Your custom shows up from your settings that we did in here under File, Project Settings, Presets, and we're using the preset, my preferred ATS, and that's custom 2560 1440, 60 frames per second. So that pre-fills all this. Because when I was learning how to use this program, I was putting all of this in every time I'd do a video, and I'd be trying different things, and I'd be trying a default or high def 1280, 1920, 1080 HD, 38, whatever, ultra. Try all of these different things. But once I learned how to set that preset, this is automatically filled. All I have to change is change this from whatever it was, QuickTime to MP4, and I give it a name, test video. I'm not giving this one a location just yet, so we'll add it to the render queue and it'll ask us where it's going to go. So I could say videos, I could say goggles 56, and I could say test video, save, and now it's going to pop up over here on the right, untitled project, timeline 1, goggles, test video, and I would select render, and it'll render it, and it's going to take it quite a while. So you pretty much just want to walk away, because even this PC is fairly powerful, and I can't really use the PC when it's rendering because it's all out trying to process the video. So once the video is processed, you can go ahead and upload it to YouTube, and that's pretty straightforward. If you need help with that, you can ask, and I may show you, but I think this has gone on long enough, and it's probably been confusing enough. And so I'll try and one more time just do a little recap of everything, and hopefully I'm not confusing the heck out of you. So File, Settings, General, pretty sure I left it, other than maybe is there a path in here or something? We might want to cancel that. I think I just made a change there inadvertently. So output is the key one. That's streaming. You want to go recording. Give it your video, your path, and type. This is standard, whatever. I obviously didn't change that. Path, MP4, encoder, H264, important. Rescale output, 1440. And I don't have that selected because it's going to do it anyway. I'm not rescaling it. I'm recording it in that. Preset, indistinguishable recording, quality, and it should say 15 here, which it does, which is great. And I don't change anything else in there. Audio, your desktop audio, and desktop audio 2 is my headset, and that's what I primarily use. Set that. Not much else to do in here. Sample peak, I think is what I use there. I just changed that inadvertently. And yeah, pretty much I don't change anything in here. Video 20 by 60 by 1440 is my desktop resolution. So if yours is 2560, use that. If you're using 4K or something, put in your 4K, whatever your desktop is. Put the output that you want it to scale to. I'm not scaling, so this is straight across 2560 and 2560 out here. And but you can upscale here if you're recording at 1920, upscale it to 2560, and see how your PC performs, if it can do it. If it can't, just go 1-to-1, like 1920 to 1080 to 1920, 1080. I don't believe I change anything with this filter. And then the frames per second is 60. And hotkeys, you can set your hotkeys to start and stop recording. Under advanced, let's see if I did anything in here. Oh yeah, process quality is high. File format, that's the default file format. I just leave it. I'm pretty sure the rest of it, I didn't change anything. And that's it. So down here, you're using your microphone, and so it's my mic right here. Every time I do a recording, when the screen's here, I scroll down and I make sure I see my mic moving, because if I don't, sometimes I'll have my mute button on. So if I had my mute on right now, so there's my mute's off. And I've done that before, so I make it a practice now to come in and make sure the mic's working. Game capture and settings for the game capture is capture any full screen application, but that's any game application. It doesn't record if you're trying to show somebody a file on your PC, or you want to show them a picture or something you're doing in Mod Studio 2 or whatever. This won't do it. You have to have okay, let's just say okay to that, because that's pretty simple. You would have to do the display capture to get that. And the settings for the display capture are display 2560 1440, capture method automatic, capture the cursor. And so that's dead simple. And the Droid Cam is if you want to have that little camera recording in the corner of your screen. And I'm using an Android device for my phone, so I use my Droid Cam app. And that's fairly simple. There's good information on setting that up. So I don't think I'll belabor it any more than that. I think that should have covered everything. So with any luck, you'll get a good video out of that. And if you don't, or if you have any questions, please ask, and I'll see if I can help you out. But like I say, I'm no expert at this. It's just, this is what I've learned, and it seems to work pretty good. So good luck with it, guys, and we'll catch you on the next video. Bye for now.